What's up, gang, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I'm going to be honest. I was actually not planning on making a video on this topic. It was kind of a personal topic that I was, a couple of, subscribers were asking me to do and talk about, but I didn't really feel comfortable because you guys know I'm a really big DC fan. I mean, even now, I'm still kind of more towards DC than Marvel, but I have to state this, that I personally hope that this Justice League movie never gets made, personally. Now, for those of you who have been keeping track of it as well as I have, recently the apparently script that was written for the Justice League movie for 2015 was scrapped. And on top of that, I think they announced maybe a couple weeks in before that, saying DC would allow the Man of Steel to decide whether or not they should make a Justice League movie, see if they should invest the money into it. So what they're hoping is that the Man of Steel, in its first run-through, is probably going to try to be somewhere in between, close to the Dark Knight or the Dark Knight Rises. And it's clear to me now that whoever is running DC and its movie departments doesn't know what they're doing, and it's really hard to support them. And the reason I don't want this being made is, well, number one, the fact that they want to release this 2015, which, from what I remember correctly, is a couple of months away from the Avengers, then the main gross of this movie is not going to come for people wanting to see a Justice League movie. They're going to ask, okay, is this going to be like Avengers? That's what anyone is going to be thinking about, including myself. And for those of you who know, I didn't even really enjoy the Avengers all that much. However, I can admit that was a absolutely phenomenal success, and it was brilliantly put together in building it up. And DC needs to do the same, but do it differently. A few months ago, I actually did a video explaining what movies should be made in what order to make a build-up series to a Justice League movie. I just didn't really get into depth into exactly how what storylines would be used and why these ones connect, and this is why it should be built this way. And they need to make it so it's a way of building up that Marvel really can't put together. And it's the only one, personally, that I could come up with that allows the series to build movie after movie, and it's sometimes even movies coming out around the same time and connecting that simply Marvel really can't do. Now, going on to Marvel, Marvel isn't even concerned at what DC is doing. They clearly have a direction, they have a plan for their, I believe it's called second-gen movies, and when Avengers comes out, it's probably going to make even more money, although, any movie that heavily uses 3D as a gimmick just to gain more money is kind of gets disproved by me, since I don't really like 3D all that much. But just getting back to DC, the only way I think that they even would have a general chance at making a Justice League movie and having it have some real, hype to it, is if Christopher Nolan was going to direct it. Because that name, Christopher Nolan, is a household name, and any project that he is attached to is going to stand out and be different than virtually any movie that probably will come out that decade. You can guarantee that. So if you have to pit Joss Whedon's Avengers 2 to, say, Christopher Nolan's Justice League, you're getting something that's not going to be anything like this movie, and that is going to bring people into it. I really cannot think of any other director who could bring in a crowd for this type of material than Christopher Nolan himself. I mean, he's proven it with the Batman series, and really the Batman series, if I remember correctly, those three movies alone have been more successful than all the Superman movies, all the Batman movies combined. And that's, I believe, almost 10 films. And yet he had more success with just 3 of them, because he did it in a general direction that really had not been attempted before. And that is really what DC needs to do if they are serious about making this DC movie. You need build-up. That's number one. You cannot just throw a Justice League movie out there and just expect us to accept it. You need time to build these characters, and you cannot do five to six characters. You just don't have the time. And if you did try to do it, it would just drag the movie out. So what do you guys think? Do you guys really think that DC should continue to try to get a Justice League movie? Should they cancel it, or should they properly build it up? And if you guys would like me to do a detailed version of how I believe they should build up to a Justice League movie, please comment down below and let me know. And if you like this video, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to keep track of me in my future movie and video game reviews. And like always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.